Towels and feet. Towels and feet. The gathering was small and intimate. Jesus was with his inner circle of students, the apostles, and they've gathered with him to celebrate the Jewish Passover, a ritual meal with very familiar prayers and very familiar stories, with all in attendance. They have heard these prayers in the Jewish Passover their whole life. But something goes off script. Jesus, the master, Jesus, the teacher, Jesus, the king, takes on the role of the waiter, the servant, the slave, to perform the service of washing feet. In the Middle East, this was a regular custom that people would expect when they went over someone's home for a particular occasion. But it was a custom that was performed by the least important person in the room, not the most important. Jesus does more than teach. He examples. And through his example, he communicates the words that he also says. Love one another, just as I have loved you. This is the mark of authentic Christian faith. It was a challenge then, and it remains a challenge now. Jesus served his disciples, his students. Jesus served the crowds as a teacher and miracle worker. And Jesus served humanity through his life, death, and something we'll celebrate Sunday. So if anyone ever had the right to lord it over people, if anyone had the right to ever claim superiority and privilege, it was Jesus, Son of Man, Son of God, King of the Jews, Savior of the world. But this is not the Jesus of the Bible. This is not the Jesus of the Gospels. This is not the Jesus shown to us during Holy Week. And this is not the Jesus shown to us for 2,000 years through the lives of the saints, ordinary like you and me, and the great saints. Women and men, young and old, who tirelessly served the poor, sacrificed for their families, and served those in need. Far too often, the church and Christians in general, including you and me, have wanted to claim privilege and power or be content with comfort and ease. Whenever we do this, whenever I do this, we have forgotten the suffering Savior with the towel washing his disciples' feet. Jesus washed the disciples' feet so they might wash other people's feet. Service to others, servanthood in love, is supposed to be one of the essential markers of the Christian, as individuals, as groups of friends, as couples, as families, and of course, as churches. Jesus served the disciples so they might serve others. And this very first calling of the first disciples is our calling as well. We have been served so that we might serve. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but this commandment, this new commandment that Jesus gives to serve, even the most basic of human needs, is given within a unique setting. The Passover meal, the Last Supper, the Eucharist. So we are fed so that we might feed others. We are served so that we might serve others. And Maundy Thursday is a brutal, ultimately, when you think it through, reminder that this sort of loving service can be costly. As it was costly for Jesus, it will sometimes be costly for you and for me. As we serve, we will sometimes endure disappointments, betrayals, and even deaths of self and deaths of some of our dearest desires and dreams. Will you let Jesus wash your feet?